Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. I want to know how's everybody doing today. On this beautiful night. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. I came up here really quickly because I just wanted to let you guys know that tomorrow is not promised. Tomorrow is not promised to us. What do I mean when I say that is making sure that you watch in the way that you treat people, making sure that you're doing the things of God, making sure that you're in the right standing of God and the right standing with people. Don't allow your trials and your tribulations and your anger to hold bitterness inside your heart. Don't allow it. It's not worth it. Why I say this is because you may have gotten into a disagreement, you may have gotten into an argument, you may have gotten into a fight, whatever you may have gotten into with anyone. It don't just have to be a loved one, it could be a friend, whomever it is. You may have got into something right now with them, or yesterday, or 2 weeks ago, and they passed. So now you got all of these regrets in your head saying, I shoulda, coulda, wouldas, but I didn't. The fight that we fought about was just stupid, when somebody could have been a bigger person and said, you know what? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. You know what? It's okay for me to, even though you're wrong, it's okay that we agree to disagree. But tomorrow is not promised. It's not promised. So you have to make sure that you get things right, get your affairs in order. Because no one knows the time, no one knows the hour. So I just wanted to come up here to share this with you guys, and also to remind you that Talks with Tiara will be on tomorrow at 7:30. Tomorrow will be Q&As. Whatever questions that you have, submit your questions. You can submit them via I know I look like this, y'all. I'm just coming from work, and we had a work party. So I'm a little bit tired, so forgive me for my tired eyes. But tomorrow is Q&As. Submit your questions. So we want to ask them. We want people to get free. We want people to get healed. We want people to get delivered and set free. And the only way by doing that is being vocal. We have to be vocal. People can't get delivered or set free with their mouth closed or shut. The enemy wants you to think that by keeping your mouth closed that things are just going to get better. It's not. If God said that you have life and death in the power of your tongue, then you should be able to use it, but use it according to Christ, meaning be mindful of what you're saying and what you're speaking over other people's life. So I just wanted to just come up here, and I wanted to just share that with you. And Jairus, why do you want to join my live? I just wanted to come up here and share that with you. Some of you guys are mute. And it's time to speak up. It's time to withstand against the enemy and his plots and his plans and his attacks and his tricks. A lot of times what we do is people may hurt our feelings. I'm at work, I need some healing. People may hurt our feelings. People may disappoint us, and we don't know how to identify those emotions. So instead, what we do is that we hold grudges inside of our heart. That wasn't even meant to be there. The Word of God says if you have a problem with your brother or your sister, to go to them and address your problem and talk about your problem. Now these days, Once you hurt my feelings, once you disappointed me, some people say you're dead to me. Some people say I ain't messing with you. Some people say, nah, I ain't talking to you. Some people say, so instead of, Jared said, I need to hear the good words so I can come to you for real, sis. Yeah. Some people, instead of you harboring it in your heart because your feelings was hurt. And sometimes we need to ask ourselves, what they said about us, is it true? Because sometimes the real part of acceptance is you. I'm going to say that again because I don't think people understand that. The hard part is accepting things about yourself. That's the hard part. It's truly accepting the things about yourself. And the only way how you can grow is if you accept the fact that you're not okay. Accept the fact that you're not perfect. Accept the fact that you made mistakes. Accept the fact that you are not perfect and that everything that you do may not be 100%, and that's okay. That's okay. But learn how to identify your emotions rather than acting out in a way to where holding it inside of your heart and harboring it, and now God can't bless you the way He want to bless you because you didn't do what you were supposed to do initially. Some of y'all is holding on to stuff from years, like 10, 15, 20 years ago. And like, when you gonna let that thing go? It's hurting you. It's not helping you. It's hurting you. It's affecting you. It's destroying your character. It's destroying who you are. Because now you have let what somebody have done to you, you have allowed your heart to go wax cold. So I wanted to just come up here to say that tomorrow's not promised. And don't allow people to change who you are. If you got a problem with that person, go to them and talk to them. It's nothing wrong with saying, I don't like the way that you said that to me. It's nothing wrong with saying you hurt my feelings. It's okay, you have feelings. It's okay, you have feelings. There's nothing wrong with saying, you hurt my feelings. I don't really like the way you said that to me. I think that you could have addressed it a little better to me. I think that you could have said it a little better to me. I think that you could have handled me a little more gentle rather than harsh. I think that you could have just did it a different way. You know, I know that sometimes that I may be, hard to deal with, that I may be stubborn, that I may be prideful, that I may be this, but there's still a certain way that you can handle me. What happened to that? What happened to talking about it ye to one another? Why allow something that could have been, well, you know what, Kwani? That conversation that we had the other day, I don't really like the way that you said that. I think that, going forward next time, even if I may be wrong, can you just address it a little bit better for me? What's wrong with that? Now, if Kwani choose to not listen to what I said about my feelings, then I know how to handle Kwani. Not that, mind you, I didn't say that I'm going to hold a grudge in my heart towards her. I didn't say that I'm going to dislike her. I didn't say any of those. I said I'm going to go to her. And this is an example for all of y'all. I do not have a problem with Kwani, okay? She happened to be one of my faves. However, it's an example. Sometimes you can get better. Somebody laugh because people will see this and be like, oh, Lord, what's going on with Tierra and Kwani? There's nothing going on with Tierra and Kwani. I'm using Kwani as an example to show you guys that it's okay. Some of y'all say, man, F that. I ain't got time for that. But you're going to have time for it when you're holding it a grudge in your heart. You're going to have time for it when you didn't forgive. You're going to have time. You're going to have time for it when you're waiting for that blessing. And the Lord said, well, you must forgive your offender first. I love you guys. And I thank you guys for tuning in. I just wanted to say, yes, Kwani, it's not working. I just wanted to say that I appreciate each and every last one of you guys, but stop holding things inside. Tomorrow is not promised. It's not promised to us. You don't want to do I shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Let your heart be pure. We spoke about last week, the Lord said, would you open up your heart to me? Allow God to come in. Allow God to clean you up, to shape you, to prune you. What's the worst that can happen? That you get free. That's the worst that can happen, that you get free. God bless you, Bridget. Let me tell y'all something. I will never deny, ever. Nobody will never be able to allow me to deny the power of God. It ain't happening. It's not happening. I done seen the hand of God over my life too much to deny his power. Too much. It's things that some of us should have deserved, but because of God's grace and mercy, he said no. It's serious. Because of God's grace and mercy, he said no. So I'm sitting here and I'm telling you guys, sometimes you got to make it make sense. You have to make it make sense. Following the Lord's and doing the Lord's will is not that hard. The hard part is that you want your will to be done. That's the hard part. The hard part is some people are comfortable with harboring stuff inside. Some people are comfortable with saying they don't care, or they don't, when really do. That's another thing, y'all. Stop saying that you don't care when you know you really do. Stop saying I don't give a F, or whatever comfort words that make you feel good when deep down inside you know you care. When deep down inside, you know it's affecting you. Whatever happened to just saying you hurt my feelings? We are so prideful and stuck in our own ways to when we can't even say, you hurt my feelings. Because 9 times out of 10, that's what it is. Somebody hurt your feelings. We got to do better. We got to do better. And you got to also understand that everything people say to you is not to hurt you. Some things comes in correction, but you have to be mature enough to accept the correction. You have to be mature enough to say, okay, I know that this person didn't mean it in that way, and that they meant it out of love. But only the mature can really understand that. You have some that is really stuck in their ways and they don't care. But I'm not talking to those. I'm talking to the ones that do care. The one that you will sit there and you will tell other people that's around you how you don't care, da-da-da-da-da. And in your private time, you know you care. You know how you know that you care? Because that thing affect here. It hurts right here. You start feeling some type of way right here. You start plotting in your head how to do evil back to them. You start plotting in your head what to say back to them. You care. But I'm going to tell you this. If you don't get your emotions in check, it can cost you. If you don't gain the right attitude, it can cost you. It can cost you. It can cost you. Gotta be careful in what you do. Stop holding these grudges. You gotta stop. I want everybody to think about, everybody that's on this live, or everybody that's going to watch the replay this part, I want you to think about that very disgusting thing that you felt about yourself that you asked God forgiveness for. Stuff that people don't even know about. I want you to think about that you asked God for forgiveness for. And then I want you to think about who you didn't forgive. Make it make sense. I love you guys. Stop taking things for granted. Stop taking people for granted. Stop taking life for granted. Stop holding grudges. Let it release. Stop holding. Tomorrow's not promised. Tomorrow's not promised, y'all. It's not. We all are going to leave this earth one day. No man knows when. Tomorrow's not promised. So why not try to get to be the best version of yourself while God allowed you to be here on earth? Why not? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Some people are mad at other people because, and other people didn't even do nothing to you. You just mad because they had a problem with your friend. You mad because they had a problem with your child, your sibling, your spouse. Some things that ain't had nothing to do with you. You gotta make it make sense. Stop holding grudges. Let's get our hearts right. Let's get our hearts and minds right. And we can become better versions of who God says that we are. I love you guys. I will talk to you tomorrow. Talks with Tiara is tomorrow, 7:30. We will be doing Q&As. Please submit your questions. I want to ask you guys questions. I'm going to have some people on live. I want to ask y'all questions. I want to ask the people the questions of, submit all your questions to me. Q&As is nothing without you guys. I cannot do Q&As without you guys. I cannot. So I need you guys to submit your questions. It don't matter how hard it is. Whatever's on your heart, I want to know about it. I want to know about it. Whatever question that you got, I want to know about it. Submit it in my inbox. Or those of you who got my cell phone number, text it to me. Tomorrow's Q&As. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. I continue to keep you guys prayed up. I'll talk to you guys later. Good night. Good night. Good night. Love you, Miki. Love you, Bridget. Love you. Who's all up here? Kwani. Kia. Who else is up here? Jennifer. Who else? Did I see Tata? It's a few people up here. I love you guys, but I just really that was on my heart, and I just really needed to say that to you guys. Tomorrow's not promised. Stop holding those grudges. Stop holding those grudges. It's the only thing it's doing is weighing you down. You can't receive the blessing that God, you can't even receive the full blessing that God has for you because your heart is not right, because you are holding grudges in it and you have not forgiven. You can't even receive healing unless you forgive. You can't move to the next dimension unless you forgive. You cannot do the will of God the way that you are supposed to do unless you forgive. Allow forgiveness to take place. It is not for your offender. It is for you. It's for you. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Good night.